The original James Dean mural was painted over by a former owner of the lodge, and the community wasn't too happy. An attempt to restore it with another likeness didn't work, and so that one was painted over as well. Current Brookdale Lodge owner Pravin Patel promised the James Dean mural would be restored, and he's followed through on that promise.
Well, there's a lot of angry people here from Boulder Creek all the way to Felton.
In its heyday, the Brookdale Lodge was host to movie stars like Mae West, Joan Crawford, and Marilyn Monroe, to name a few. Even President Herbert Hoover was a guest, but only James Dean was honored with his likeness on a wall.
I've been working on this for a while. We screened quite a few artists in the last few months, and I was lucky enough to be able to find an artist.
He visited Blackwell's Corner off Highway 46, the last place that James Dean stopped before dying in a wreck. Artist John Stearney of Salinas created the iconic mural of James Dean that travelers see from the road.
Well, I've done James Dean 5 or 6 times. When I was years ago, before I became an artist, I painted my pickup truck and painted James Dean on the hood of my truck.
The new version was painted and constructed on 8-foot plywood panels in 8 sections and is 25 feet tall and has a cool James Dean pointing to the entrance of the lodge some 100 feet away.
So I've done 3 or 4 giant cutouts of him. This is my best one. I love this one. The pose is such a good James Dean pose. The look on his eyes, it's everything is when people think of James Dean, who, fewer people know who he was nowadays, but he's the ultimate cool.
So far, the reviews on the giant mural have been favorable.
Part of the landmark, it's Brookdale Lodge was known for bringing in a lot of famous people, and to me they ought to throw up a Shirley Temple on one side of the building.
As for the reopening of the landmark, Brookdale owner Pravin Patel says phase 1 of the hotel will open before summer.
So the first phase is going to consist of basically 46 hotel rooms, the lobby bar, and the grocery market.
Stearney's murals, of course, can be seen throughout Monterey County, and in 20 states, he's hoping to put up another mural of James Dean in Texas. Erin?
Nice to see it being restored for sure. All right, thank you, Phil. All right, one thing that has stayed constant at Brookdale are some unexplained activities. Some people say they are hauntings. The lodge owner says, yeah, shadows that have appeared when no one was around and heavy objects that have mysteriously moved during construction. Those type of activities have continued.